Salutations everyone, this is your friendly neighborhood Razor, and this is a game of domination on the map Dome with my golden MK14 with the red dot attachment, kick proficiency, sleight of hand hardline marksman. My typical MK14 setup. It's an amazing gun. I'm gonna go ahead and gonna turn the corner and whoop! What you doing there, son? Trying to lay prone and camp like a little bitch? I'm gonna go ahead and shoot you in the face and see how you like them apples. And I'm gonna go ahead over here and get a nice little triple kill. And I already got my predator, and it's only like 3 seconds into the game. Cause that's just what I do. Gonna go ahead and get my attack helicopter, and then I'm gonna go to town on these guys. Because that's what I like to do on a map like Dome, and especially with Domination. It's going to be a lot of high octane action because, you know, it's the smallest map in the game. And, you know, spawns are always going to be flipping and shit. And it's just going to be a lot of explosions, a lot of campers, a lot of bullets. That guy obviously outplays me with an ACR because that gun's so hard to use because it has no recoil. It's just difficult as fuck. MK14, what can I say? I got this puppy gold, and I don't know how you cannot love this gun. Go ahead and flash myself right there because I don't give a shit. MK14 is just, it's such an awesome weapon. I love my single shots, and I love that this one's good. I thought that I killed that guy. You know how you think that, you know, that next bolt's gonna kill him, and then you go on to the next guy? Well, that's what happened, and I didn't kill him. Bullet, lag, whatever, weird stuff happened. And then I'm trying to camp this tack insert, but so is this guy. And whenever I try to language fail. Whenever I try to camp a tack insert, either I wait way too long and I'm just out of the action, but you know, it's too much of a thing to leave dangling out there. You know, you get this free kill lined up for you, and it's just too tempting. And I'm gonna go ahead and spray that guy down. And then where'd this guy spawn? Obviously he spawned right behind me and trying to cap his tack insert. I'm gonna kill him, and then 2 guys spawn 4 feet in front of me because that's just Dome in a nutshell. It being the smallest map in the game, you're gonna have to expect stuff like that. But you know, you never want to be in that Dome for more than a second because there's always gonna be someone spawning out of your shoulder like a freaking conjoined twin. And it's not going to be good for you. In a map like Dome, you're always wanting to be constantly moving around. Staying stationary and camping in one spot is not going to be very conducive to winning and getting good scores. Lags out like a piece of shit like Modern Warfare 3 is there, and that's going to happen a couple more times. Get killed because that guy has an ACR and, you know, lag spikes and all that good stuff, so totally got outplayed, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and headshot that guy with my Honey Badger perk. Because that's just what I do. We got these guys, I'm not going to say spawn trapped today because, you know, in a map like Dome, it's going to be quite many times. You know, someone's going to have 2 flags and another guy's going to have 1 because you're not going to be able to hold the triple cap very long because, you know, it's so small. Another lag spike right there. Go ahead and finish that guy up somehow. And, you know, we're going to grab B flag back here in a bit. Gonna go ahead and get owned by this guy because he's got an ACR and that gun's so hard to use. But yeah, I suggest holding C and B because I just like, you know, they're either going to have to run through the loading dock to get to B flag, or they're just gonna have to get themselves killed by running into the action. Try to get to C flag like right here, and I just mow these guys down for another Predator missile. I'm gonna go ahead and call this puppy in, and it's gonna get 1 piece. Too bad. But yeah, we got these guys just at A right now. I'm not gonna say we got them spawn trapped because, you know, it's gonna happen quite often, where especially on a small map like Dome, where an enemy team is just gonna have 1 flag and they're just gonna decide to just camp inside the Dome the whole time. And that happens so often in Domination, where you're just beasting on a team, and they're just, I don't know, they're internally, they're saying, we're going to cut our losses, hold 1 flag, and just camp our little asses off, like the noobs that we are. And that happens a lot. You know, they decide that they're not going to win, or they don't care about winning, which is incredibly common in Call of Duty. People, they don't care about winning. They're just going to hold one flag or no flags, and they're just all going to consolidate in one corner of the map, which is very common. If they're at a flag, they're all just going to decide, we're going to hide in the dome like a bunch of little cowering campers, and we're going to go 2-27, and that's what we're going to be happy with. And if you want to play that way, that's fine. I can't stop you. But if you're going to be on my team, that's not what you're going to do, because I'm going to be beastifying these guys with my MK14. And I don't know how you cannot like this gun. It's my favorite gun in the game. Get outplayed by an ACR with heartbeat sensor, obviously. Because MK14 is just so awesome. I like running red dots and kick with marksman. It's a lot better than a sniper rifle at long range. It ain't no Type 95 or recoilless ACR, but it'll get the job done in 2 to 3 bullets. And it's not going to be great close quarters like any of the other assault rifles are. So that's why I got the M9 Akimbos, or the MP9 Akimbos, as my secondary. If I ever want to rush into a building, or if I know someone's in a certain corner, I'm going to go ahead and whip those puppies out and then just spray them down. Because MK14 is not going to be really great in the instance. But, when it comes to long lines of sight, and when it comes to multiple enemies funneling out in one direction, MK14 is going to be, it's going to be one of the better guns. And I don't know how you cannot like this gun. It's pretty beastly. And this is definitely the best semi-automatic assault rifle that I think that's ever been in a Call of Duty game. So if you weren't a fan of the M14 or the FAL or any of the other single shots of previous Call of Duties, and you haven't given the MK14 a try, I suggest you do, because it's my favorite gun in the game. And I just keep racking up kill streaks because this map is so small. I got a great gun. And as you can see, I'm just tossing my flash grenades over barriers and stuff. And in a small map like Dome, that's always going to flash and hit somebody. Get outplayed by an ACR. Yeah, it's always going to hit someone. It's going to throw a flash, gets a hit marker, and I'm going to get the assist. And with Hardline Pro, 2 assists is going to get me 1 more kill for my Predator or attack helicopter or my Pavlo. Because that's just what I do. It's what I do. It's a great strategy. See, the guy's going to be on C. You're going to spray him down. He was lying prone, and he had final stand, but he was a noob and had no aim, so you're going to get lucky from time to time when it comes to camping little noobs like that with death streaks on. And imagine if death streaks were in Black Ops. Just imagine that for a second, because Black Ops was an amazing game. Good players had high KDs, bad players had low KDs, and Modern Warfare 3, incredibly noob-friendly. All the good players' KDs went down, all the bad players' KDs went up, because they had shit like Type 95 and ACR and noob tubes, heartbeat sensors, and PP90 M1s and bullshit like that. Overpowered crap, noob-friendly, so that Robert Bowling can feel better about himself and play this game without having to feel like a total dumb shit, even though he is. But yeah, imagine if Black Ops had death streaks for a second. With all the Blackbirds and Chopper Gunners and Tac Dogs that I was getting, oh my gosh, every time someone would have died, it would have been a mini nuke, freaking Dead Man's Hand. Or, I mean, everyone had Final Stand with Second Chance, but imagine if everyone had freaking Dead Man's Hand in Black Ops. That would have been insane. There would have been an explosion every millisecond, because you had so many people going, 2-27 in Black Ops, because, good players got the best of them, and they were getting rewarded in Black Ops, and that really doesn't happen in Modern Warfare 3, which is a shame, and, death streaks help that out a whole lot. Very skillful KCR gets the final kill cam right there. I get a pretty nice final score of 56, 6, and 9 here with my gold MK14 on the map Dome Domination. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Comments, likes, dislikes, do what you gotta do, and I'll see you guys later.